Good morning. Good morning. I just looked at my phone. I did not realize that Pat was live. So I don't know. I may actually need to come back. You guys give me your take. Do you want me to go ahead with this now? Would you prefer that I just come that I come on back? I should have checked before I came on this morning. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, people. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Let's see. I guess I'll go ahead and do whatever I need to do. And then if people need to go back and watch the replay, um, usually when I see that people that are from this sector are live, then I'll wait for them to finish up with their live. But it is my birthday weekend. You guys know that my birthday is tomorrow. So I have a busy day today. These last couple of days have been off the chisane. Um, so I guess I need to go ahead and get this done while I have the time. So thank you, Patty Bill. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We started these conversations on yesterday. Um, didn't quite get to finish the conversation. Thank you, T. Rana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Didn't quite get to finish because I was partaking in some birthday shenanigans. Okay, Valerie, good morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was participating in some birthday shenanigans with one of my bros. You know, shout out to you. So the birthday shenanigans shall continue today, but I want to have this conversation. And I want to do this because, again, I keep saying this. I think it's important to have some balance, and I'm just seeing some stuff that is just straight fugazi. It's fugazi. So for the little couple that we have in here, then we can have us some little conversations, and y'all can tell me what y'all think. And if y'all disagree, then darn it, tell me that you disagree. Okay, we don't have any problems with that whatsoever. With that being said, with that being said, somebody look, I listen. When I came to you guys yesterday, I saw an update from Hip Hop Inquirer from earlier in the day. And I knew that Miss Lisa had some stuff going on. So we're going to start out with her, okay? Lisa. We got to start out with her because I need to finish up my thoughts on Sister Girl. When I found out this morning, because I was listening this morning to the last one that he dropped. Lisa. Okay. I told you guys that whenever you get these agreements and these deals and such from these people, that you have to be careful. You have to be mindful. Hold on. I'm going to do this. Let me put my banner up. Because this is the one that if anybody wants to do a super chat sticker, whatever, for my birthday, then you are more than welcome. You are not obligated, but you are more than welcome to. Okay. Now, whenever you get these deals and stuff from people, you got to be mindful of what's going on, right? So I did not know till this morning that Sister Girl Lisa tried to back out of the situation. And I got so tickled. I got tickled because she realized that she got herself in a situation. Now, when you're sitting up there and you're dealing with the one side that gave you the deal, you know that everything is going to be quaint and cute. The questions are going to be, they're going to be pretty cute. You don't have too much to worry about other than saying something that you did not say before, but they're expecting to know what you're going to say, right? Thank you, TJ. Thank you. They're expecting to know what you are going to say. So when you come up here, and you do your part with them, then everything is cute. And it's like, yes. I'm like, what else would you want me to tell you? Yes, you're correct. You're doing all this extra. You're doing all this extra stuff. You're gonna give them exactly what they want. Sister Lisa said, Sister Lisa said that she won't try to fool with those other attorneys over there that next day. Sister Lisa said, I quit. Lisa said, I quit. Okay. Lisa said, take this job, man. Should I had no idea, because I'm sitting up here like, wait a minute, if you already have contradicted yourself on the direct, then how are you going to handle yourself on the cross? Lisa said, I quit. She said, I quit. Sister said, you won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. I got too tickled. I got too tickled when I heard that, because I'm like, yeah, she realized that she about to be in some mess. Good morning, Minnie. She realized that she was about to be in some mess, okay? She said, I quit. And not only did she say, I quit, she said, I'm telling everybody. Lisa said, y'all will not hear me up. Lisa said, y'all will not hear me up. And just like I told y'all, right, Valerie, what you thought? Just like I told y'all, when you go and make deals with folks, you think we just gonna let you walk away and exit stage left? No. Sister girl, you made a deal. Them people say, somebody go get Lisa. She acting up again. They said, go get Lisa. She's acting up again. She's acting the dumb. Somebody go get Lisa. Lisa thought she was going to be able to sit back and chill. Now people say, oh, Lisa need an escort today. Somebody go get Lisa. Lisa. Somebody go get Lisa. So that's what I'm telling you. You can't go in to these situations thinking that you can just operate any kind of way, because once you make a deal, Dernis, you made a deal. You think you just gonna sleep in? You think you just gonna tiptoe out? Listen, if those people had to put stuff on hold for 24 hours to wait for her to come back, then y'all just would have been holding. You hear me? You ain't going nowhere, Lisa. Come on back here. Come on back here. How that little cat on Street Fighter? I think it was Street Fighter Mortal Kombat. He said, get over here. They told Lisa, come on back. Come here. Come here. Come here, girl. They ain't say come here, okay? Come here. Come here. They ain't say Banera Key. They say, hey. Come here. Come here. Pay your fare. Pay your fare. So you have gone and you have done all this talking throughout the years. And you guys know I don't touch on this stuff that often. But Sister Girl has done a lot of talking. She has been a pivotal piece. And actually she is the pivotal piece in a lot of this stuff that is going on. But y'all, let me tell you something. Lisa got up here. Lisa said what she had to say that first day. When Lisa saw how things were about to go, Lisa said, I ain't got time for this. Lisa said, y'all ain't paying me enough for all this, okay? Now she's going, and I see Minnie said she even got smart with Bonjean. Let me tell you something. When these people see that they have been backed up, this anybody. When you see that you have been backed up in the corner, you came in, your intent was for things to go this way. But then you see how this questioning going, and you like, wait a minute. Huh? I wasn't expecting all this. Take me out, coach. Take me out. So it's something a little different going on. So I'm telling, when I heard that this woman was trying to bounce Okay, she was trying to get up out of there, quit fasting in a hurry. That thing tickled my spirit because I'm saying you had all this stuff to say. You got to keep the momentum going. Okay, this is what people say what they mean when they say keep that same energy. You got to keep that same energy. Okay, so you already been paid. You got your payment through the money from the stuff that you stole. You already got your payment, child. I just want to know. I really want to know. Pettyville, tell me what you think. Tell me what y'all thinking over there with this woman, because I ain't get to check things out yet. Tell me what y'all thinking with this sister. Because listen, she contradicted herself. The people that were supposed to come and back her up, they contradicted her. Like she just a walking contradiction. And you are one of the main players in this whole situation. I mean, one of the main players. This is Quarterback Saturday, okay? So I'm going over the things that I have been able to review in the last couple days, and we are going to talk about what's going on. And I'm going to put my little spin, I'll say somewhat of a professional, funny, and clinical spin on this thing because I am seeing some things that just, the math ain't mathing. Okay, the math is not mathing on these situations. So I'm thinking about, one of the things I'm thinking about is the alleged threat that took place. We hear a lot of people say that they have been threatened. We have very few people that can actually say what the actual threat was. She said what hers was. It was the Merc thing, and she got somebody to back it up. She got somebody that's gonna back up what was said, and the backup didn't back. Okay, the backup, the backup wasn't backing. Keith said, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You ain't tell me that. What you talking about, Willis? He told you that, dang, he told you that. That's messed up. That's messed. And she's like, but Keith, you remember? Look at Patty. Patty say, y'all know I'm in it, ain't in it. That math was not mathing, y'all. I promise y'all that math was not mathing. Keep saying, I ain't hear all that, but dang, he said that. That's messed up. Y'all know how people do when they trying to pull you in and they'll give you the whole synopsis so that you'll try to remember. They try to refresh your memory, even though they know you weren't really there. What's going on, Miss Fat? What's going on? They know you weren't. They like, let me refresh. Remember when I told you that the dude said that he was gonna murk me? Remember when the dude said it? I told you that on the Saturday. It was Saturday at 11:17. Remember I said that, and I was wearing the purple shirt with the with the little twist. Remember, Keith? You remember? Keith talking about nah. What's going on, Lady Earth? Keith said, nah, I don't remember that. Keith said, no, I don't remember that. But dang, if he said that, that's messed up. Derek, absolutely. The perjury is real. It is like, dog, he said that. That's messed up. Remember, Keith? Remember? You remember? Remember? Okay, help me. Keith said, nah, you on your own with this one. I don't remember that. Dang, he said that was messed up if he said that. Lisa done produced messages and stuff because she gonna look, I got the messages right here when we talked about it. I guess she forgot to try to take the if out. When Keith said, oh, if he said that, that's messed up. Hey, Patty, I'm going to be in there for the transcript reading for that because that is going to be hilarious, okay? That's going to be freaking hilarious. Look, I know y'all everybody got this thing with the ops and all that stuff. Y'all better listen to that transcript reading because that's gonna be a freaking key. You hear me? What's going on, Miss January? Yeah, that's gonna be a key, okay? Cause Key was like, nah, I ain't hear that. Key was like, I ain't hear that. I remember that time. Remember last year in band camp? I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Now let's get onto the manipulation. I got Miss the manipulation. Okay, listen, y'all. Listen, like I'll just listen. As females, I ain't saying all of us do this, but we know that we have the tendency. Let's say some of us, not all of us. Little girls. We know our babies, grandbabies, nieces, whatever. They get backed in the corner. You don't back them in the corner and then caught them in something. What they do? I'ma wait and see. Look at y'all answers. What they do when they get backed in the corner and they feel like they're in trouble? They know that you know what they did. Okay? What do they do? I'm gonna read y'all comments while I wait for y'all to answer that. What do they do when they are backed in the corner and they know that you know that they were wrong or that they lied? What do they do? Miss Fat say lie some more. Yeah, they gonna lie some more. But y'all know what the go-to is. Y'all know. Don't nobody have to hit us. It's the mere fact of us being in trouble. Tears. Okay? The tears are coming. They are flowing. Ever flowing. Ever flowing. Yeah, they become hostile. They're pointing the finger. There you go, Lady Earth. They start crying. You hear me? They start crying. They point at Lisa was turning that thing on and off like a faucet. You hear me? Lisa, why are you crying? Ain't nobody do nothing to her. Why she crying? Judge, I promise, we ain't do nothing to her. We don't know why she crying. Lisa say, I gotta turn it on. Lisa say, I put on. You not gonna let me drop some tears. She pulled a whole Amber Heard on the people up in that courtroom. And that's what got me tickled. Lisa said, y'all. Exactly, Miss Fat. She old Amber. She's Amber Heard. Hold on. And when she saw that the tears weren't working, and after she got called out on stuff, she was like, I ain't coming in. I quit. Nope. I quit. She called on people. She said, this is my statement of resignation. I quit. Take me out, coach. I'm tapping out. So she had a couple things that didn't quite work in her favor. So her backup didn't back her up. Okay. That was one thing. She got people sitting here questioning like her very existence. You done went and said all these things in different places. Forfeit the game by default live. Listen, I'm at the point right now. Y'all correct me if you think I'm wrong. I think these people lying about disliking this man. Because I promise you, they all helping him out. Yeah, she tried to call in. Hey, she did one of them PTOs, okay? It didn't work. She tried to make a PTO call. It didn't work. It did not work. Yeah. Boss said, you coming in today. It wasn't even the fact that she called in. The thing that was funny to me, okay, it was the escort for me. It was the escort for me that, no, you got a flat tire? Don't even worry about it. We coming to get you. Oh, your motor locked up? Don't even worry about it. We coming to get you. OMG. Lisa. Don't have a ride? We got a solution for that. Oh, your tummy hurt? We coming with some Tums and an escort driver, but you coming in today. They were not trying to hear that, okay? So they came, right, Miss Pat? They sent the luxury Uber. You hear me? She got the luxury Uber. They were like, nah, we told you what was gonna happen, right? We told you what was gonna happen. We told you that you was gonna get up here and do what we asked you to do, and there was no turning back. We asked you, are you sure that this is what you want to do? You signed your name on this dotted line, sister girl. You gonna do this work, okay? You gonna do this work. Come on in. Come on. Come on. Staying home is not an option today, okay? Staying home is not an option. Lisa done went. She done went in front of the look. I'm about to make up some stuff. She done went in front of the little jury, the big jury, the grand jury, the grandeur jury, the grandest jury. She done went in front of all these people. She done went in front of surviving, thriving, Riving, every Ivan that she done could have got, she done went before everybody and told her story. I'm telling, she told everybody. She told everybody. She done went and told everybody. Right, she done went to the highest courts of the highest courts. She done went to everybody. And now she's talking about she got a cold. She can't come in. She should have told him she had monkeypox. Oh my God. She told him she had no pox. They would have let her stay home. See, you got to think on your feet. You got to be quicker than that. She should have said, look, I got them pox, you know. She real quick, you know, she should have start beating on her chest or something. I don't know. Knowing them, they would have put in the cage and said, you'll be all right, come on. Gospel Glam, what's going on? They would have put her in a cage, a little padded little cage, and said, come on, you'll be all right. We will make sure that you are more than 12 feet away from the jury. You'll be all right. Oh my God. Listen, they won't zoom in. You coming in, girl. We sending them boys, okay? Them boys, they said, y'all go on get her. She acting crazy again. Go on get that girl. Go on pick up. We ain't got time for this today. Talking about she ain't coming in. Put on the mask, put on the hazmat suit, but you coming in today. They said if all of us got to put on a hazmat suit, you coming in today, okay? When you can get the judge interested or even pissed off or even frustrated in a case, then you know that you have done your job. You have done your job, okay? And when you sitting up there, you have made yourself important. You understand? When they send the boys to come pick you up, then you have made yourself important. You very important, okay? You very important. A lot of people want to be in the limelight. Well, you got what you asked for. You are so important that they sent you a private, that you had protection. You had security, okay? They don't do this. You know, only presidents and very special people get this type. Y'all, hold on. Jesus, hold up. Sorry about that, y'all. Everybody trying to make birthday plans. Okay, give me an update. What you're talking about? I'm cleaning out the house. Gospel Glam. You know, hold on. She knew better. They threw her. Oh, it moved. They threw her line butt out in 2008. Stuck on stupid. Okay, so what happened? What had happened was I gotta predicate my statement with that right now because it's that type of morning. What had happened was Miss Lisa and Coach Jam. Miss Lisa, you know, she went and she did her thing on the stand, you know, and she's been doing her stuff, you know, for several years. Well, when I came on yesterday, I'm talking about her, you know, my, you know, opinion about what I felt was going on. But when I was talking about it, I didn't know that Lisa tried to play catch me if you can, okay? I didn't know. I didn't know. No. I didn't know that Lisa tried to skip town. Okay. I didn't know that Lisa tried to leave with the pastor's money. I didn't know that Lisa had them stole from the collection plate and tried to skip town with the church's money. You see what I'm saying? And when you mess with the church's money, they had to send the deacons after Lisa, okay? Lisa called and said, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm sick today. I'm calling it sick. I'm so tired. Lisa said, my body's weary. I can't do the things I used to do. And well, the prosecutor said, Judge, Houston, we got a problem, okay? They said, go on, send them Marshall boys over there to get Lisa, because she ain't acting right today. Yeah, she took the communion tray. She done took the bread. She done took the wine. She done took it all, okay? She took it all. And they had to send them Marshall boys. You know, they had to send them Marshall boys over there to go pick up Lisa. Lisa thinks she getting a day off. She don't have no PTO days. She gets no PTO days on this. So they had to go and get Lisa, okay? They had to go. TJ said she took the blessing oil in there. No, she didn't take the oil. Okay. She skipped town. Like, she literally skipped town. So she put all this information out here. And you know, some people, when they feel like they doing something, you know, they really feel like they doing something, they like, oh, matter of fact, and you know, they tend to be a little arrogant when they on the stand, right? So you are arrogant when you're speaking before, and they start asking you these questions, okay? Now, I covered some of this yesterday. I had already covered some of this yesterday, but you just got certain things, like you going back and forth, and Keith came in. We got the other witness that's coming in, Keith, and Keith is going to validate everything that Lisa said, okay? So she, look, but I'm going to tell y'all what happened. The same way she reached out to Keith to try to get Keith to have that remember moment. Y'all, Keith, remember when they had that moment, Keith was like, yeah, that's messed up. If he said it was okay, that moment. Just like when she called Keith to try to make him remember something, she contacted Keith, and Keith was like, girl, I ain't lying for you. Okay? And Keith said, I ain't getting mixed up with that. And then Keith came with his own legal team, and his own legal team done told him, like, man, and let that lady, look, that's her mess. Let her, hey, that's on her. Now, everybody getting deals all over the place. You get a deal, you get a deal, you get a deal, you get a deal. Whoever Keith's legal team was that he had his backup, okay, they advised him properly, okay? They said, Keith, don't get tied up in this mess with this woman, okay? Because she gonna change her story the first chance she get, and she gonna throw your behind up under the bus, okay? Just my opinion. And so Keith said, look, I'm gonna go in here and get these people this information so I can go home and go about my business. They ain't gonna be sitting up here on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter having all these conversations about me, talking about I'm looking crazy up here, and they for darn sure ain't sending them boys to come and get me. I'm gonna go ahead and say what I gotta say. So she was expecting initially for Keith to come and validate what she said, you know, get a little confirmation going on. And Keith was like, nah, boss. Nah. Keith said, I'm gonna tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Keith said, listen, I'm gonna tell you what really happened. Okay, this is what happened. She contacted me, right? She contacted me, told me that she had something to show me. She was gonna send me something, right? She sent me something, and I'm like, why you sending me some little video with some people participating in some extracurricular activities? But he said, no, she didn't send me this because, you know, she was upset or that she wanted to make sure it didn't get into the wrong hand. He said she sent it to me because she was happy that she was having, you know, she was recorded having relations with a celebrity. Ooh. Said what, Keith? Said what? What? What you say? What you say, Keith? What was her? Keith said, look, she was happy that she had some relations and she had some visual evidence. She had visual proof that she had some relations with a celebrity and somebody else. She was excited. So excited. So Keith said she sent it to me, you know. And she didn't tell me not to look at it. She didn't tell me I couldn't watch it. She told me to make sure I press pause on 21:15 so I could get the close up. I'm just saying. He didn't say that. I just threw that in there. But I'm just saying. Basically what Keith was saying is she came on here and told y'all the story because she told me, like, she was like, make sure you check out this part. I was at my best on this part. Okay. Now, so you got this. You sending it to somebody, right? You sending it to somebody and Keith get it. He like, okay, it's your regular schmegular tape or whatever. See, Keith ain't like me because don't nobody be sending me no tape. So I would have been like, oh, I would have been clutching my pearls, okay? Because that to me, like that, it just wouldn't be a regular schmegular tape. But Keith said in his mind, when he was watching, he was just watching some consenting individuals, you know, doing what they do, right? So Keith didn't realize if it was supposed to be that type of tape. Keith didn't realize what had been sent to him. That's what he was saying. Keith said, look, y'all not gonna get me on this stand saying that I knew that I was watching some type of tape that could get me some charges. Keith said, nah, I ain't buying what you're selling. It was a regular schmegular tape. He said it was just a regular schmegular tape that I got. It was a regular schmegular tape that she sent me. I don't know what these people talking about. I don't know what that girl talking about. She told me to check her out in this scene. So basically, Keith, you know, he saw whatever. He was like, okay, Lisa, I see you. Okay. First of all, you and this dude supposed to be cool with it. Like, why? I get it. I'm answering my own question. Okay, you do want people to know that you did whatever with this celebrity. Okay, yeah, he did, Miss Fat. If you and this dude got any type of relationship, or like, why did you want him to see you having relations? That's a little weird to me. Unless y'all hadn't had relations and you were trying to show him what you were made of. But still, yeah, it was you with another dude. Yeah, it was somebody, but that was you with another. Okay, you know what? Y'all see where my freak level at. I'm sitting up here like, okay, that don't make sense to me. But hey, you know, people, everybody's different. So he's sitting up there, you know, saying whatever he has to say. She sent it to me, you know, told me to check it out. Make sure I pause and rewind. when I need to, hold on to the remote tight, you know. And he said, she also sent me the chain and the cross and all that stuff. She told me that, she got a few things, Right, Lady Earth. I won't trying to say nothing like that. I'm gonna let y'all say what y'all got to say in the chat. But it's like she said, I'm gonna send you this. I sent you this, and it's about like it's worth like 100,000. Go ahead and pawn it. Do whatever you want to do with it. First of all, because I done heard at least two examples, where she done came off as the price expert on everything. So did you go to the pawn shop and work these numbers up? Or are you like Jake the jeweler and you can just eye stuff and you know that this chain just automatically costs 100,000 or that he can get 100,000 for it? I don't know. Lisa. Okay, now we had the conversation yesterday and somebody said, okay, so what? She stole his stuff. It's just stealing. And Lisa played the role yesterday, I'm saying yesterday because that's when I was talking about it. Lisa played the role like she did not know what stealing was. So somebody, spoke on that, and I'm like, yeah, she's at the point of it's not even about stealing. Like they said it was okay. Okay, they said it was okay. To each his own. But he said Lisa sent him this. He also said that Lisa, and this was something that I touched on yesterday, not knowing. I had no idea that it had been confirmed. Okay, that Lisa was also stealing money. She was stealing money from him. And that's what I was wondering, because if he's walking around with the bag, with the money and all this kind of stuff, and y'all know, like I said yesterday, people that got a lot of stuff or a lot of money, a lot of them just tend to lay money down in different places. And a lot of times you can take it and they got so much that they don't realize it's gone. So you can take 300 here, 1,000 there, they don't even realize it's gone. Now, a sister like me, I count my coins. So if a penny of my money is missing, I ain't on that level. I recognize, okay, you shorted me 4 cents. I want my pennies. Don't play with me. Give me my 4 coins. I'm not playing with you. We are not on that level. So I felt like she, okay, so Keith said that she was stealing money and she would send him the money to hold for her. Now, this was one time he actually said, okay, she wanted me to hold it. That's not what he said about the videotape. It wasn't about him holding it. It was about him seeing that she was able to get, mess with a superstar. He said she asked him to hold it, and that's what he did. And she sent him different amounts, And I think I could be incorrect, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it may have come up to a sum of maybe close to 100,000 or so. I'm not sure. We got all these people stealing and scamming and doing all this stuff. And to this day, I don't see where these folks got anything to show for it. Nothing. What do you have to show for it? Okay, what did you do? Did you go and get a house? Did you go get a car? What did you do? But Keith said she sent me the money. I held it for her, and Keith made sure to let them know I gave it back. He said when she came for her money, when she asked for her money, he said, I gave it back. Y'all ain't gonna accuse me of taking nobody's money. Okay? He said I held it and I gave it back. I held the money for her as requested and I gave it back. Okay? So once again, Lisa, you are on your own. You are on your own. Now, the bad thing about Lisa is that she represents the people that a lot of folks were talking about with this stealing and scamming and doing all that stuff, because she is the epitome of what people have been talking about. Okay, so this hurts a lot of people's arguments that people weren't doing this, because she got on the stand and it was confirmed by the people that was supposed to back her up. Yeah, they did validate her story. They validated the lies that she told. They showed the court where she was actually lying. So there was validity there, it just wasn't where she was expecting it to be. Oh my goodness. Let me see what I have in here. See, that's why I can't deal with these people. How in the HE double hockey sticks, her stealing is not a big deal. It's not like she was stealing $20. She's stealing things that are worth hundreds of thousands. And in the words of Rock, millions upon millions. She was out there. You know, like this was no small time stuff. Like this is not like some little misdemeanor theft that she had going on. She was in the big leagues with the stuff that she was stealing. And then if you factor in the money with this, girl. So someone brought up the fact, or brought up the idea. Remember when you had some individuals saying that he made them write letters saying that they stole from him? Is it possible? I want to pick y'all brain. Is it possible that the people that actually stole from him had to write a letter saying that they stole from him? Did Lisa have to write one of those letters? Because if nobody else had to write one, she should have wrote one. Did Lisa, did she say she had to write a letter saying she stole from him? Because she should have wrote one of those letters. They said she was a prostitute. Oh. She was a prostitute. Oh, okay. She was a working woman. Well, no, because she said before that her flying out to Chicago was going to make her lose her job for missing days. So I'm going to assume like she's a mobile worker if she was doing that. So she could have performed anywhere, I guess. But was she one of the ones that said that she had to write a letter? Like seriously, do y'all know, was she one of the ones that said that she had to write a letter saying that she stole from him? Let me know. That immunity irks me. They should be held accountable. Let me tell you something, Lady Earth. Listen. Her first thing that let her know that if she kept effing up, it was going to be a problem, was when she tried to call in sick and they sent them boys over there to get her. So there is nothing, when you making deals and stuff like that, like there's fine print on that paperwork that said if you come and you try to play us, you're going to have some problems. So Lisa going to have to deal with her own set of problems behind this. Okay, she's going to have to deal with her own set of problems. Because the switch up is real. Like that's all, the switch up is real. They all stole the video. People still, what's going on, Teresa? Hey. Interesting. I'm not sure if her name came up about right. Well, that may have been where it all came from. Who knows, child? Who knows? I'm just confused how he wrong and all this. It looks like they were the problem and don't want to take accountability. Y'all know I'm all about accountability all the way around. But there are a lot of questions that need to be answered. there are a lot of questions that need to be answered. Now, the prosecution appears to be at the point they were going, pretty close to ending whatever they had to do. Now it's my understanding that they're saying that they're going to take their full amount of time, where they thought that they were going to be a bit quicker before, because some of these people that they put their stock in, some of these people that they invested in, they see now that Houston, we got a problem. So I think they got to go back. They got to regroup. They got to rebuild. They got to go back through, and they probably talk like, hold on, before you get up here, what you plan on saying when you get up on that stand? That's what we need to know. Press pause for a second. Before we put your gluteus maximus on this stand, what you plan on saying before you get up here? Because we done had enough problems already. So I think they're running back through, they're looking through their list, and it's like, at this point, I just need to know what you're going to say. Okay, let's do an interview before the interview. Do you plan on calling in sick? Are we going to have to send the boys to come and get you after your question, before your cross-examination? Are we going to have to send the boys to come and get you? Like, are we going to have a problem? Are we going to have a problem? I think they're having to go back at this point and talk to people and try to figure out what is going on. They got to figure it out, because at this point, it's like, you don't know. You don't know. And one thing, when you go into court and things of that nature, your testimony should not be a surprise to the people that put you on the stand. Okay? If they flew you out, then whatever you say should not be a surprise to them. They should already know what you are going to say, and whether what you say can be corroborated by someone else. All of these things. Sister girl, you really put yourself in a bind. We don't know how stuff is going to turn out in the end, because you still got a good ways to go. But I can tell you that the people that they have put up here thus far have not necessarily been helping the case. The strongest person that they had on that stand thus far is Jane. And that's just based on the account that she gave. That's the strongest. They should have left it there. But you dealing with the situation where you got to address the obstruction. Lisa is a huge part of that. She is their case for that. So to have someone come in, and this is the person that you are leaning on, but supposedly she lied before, and there was an issue with her before. So why would anybody think it would be any different now? Why would you think it would be any different now? Because at the end of the day, if what we are saying, or if what you guys are saying, if what we are seeing is true, and you're saying that was an inappropriate tape and it contains certain materials, then she should not be granted immunity, and she should be on trial herself. Facts. She should be on trial herself. She should not be up there. No. At this point, you are a co-conspirator, okay? You should not be up there. You shouldn't be up there. So the question at this point is, are y'all trying to downplay this stuff like this is not what it really was because you're trying to save face? Because Keith said it was just some more regular schmegular stuff to me. Like, I ain't even think the performance was that great. It was all right. Keith said it was all right. Like, it wasn't all that. I mean, she had like she did some supernatural, spectacular stuff. It was all right. I don't know, y'all. I ain't hear Keith talking. I'm listening to Hip Hop Inquirer. I got a little bit of what Dottie was saying. So I'm pulling pieces from what these folks are saying about this whole situation. And what I'm getting is, I felt like she may have felt that was the performance of a lifetime, and Keith didn't necessarily think so. He was like, yeah, I give you like a 6 or 7. 6 or 7. I mean, I ain't giving you a 10 or nothing. Like, you all right. you know. So I'm guessing that this is why they were calling. I see performance that maybe this is why they called it that, because this was her sending something to someone else, showing her performance and what she could do. Child, I don't know. It sounds like she might have been auditioning for something, child. At this point, I don't even know. I don't even know. Like at some point when you see that you are caught, when you see, look, just let it go. Just let it go. Like, I would have asked, look, y'all know I lied before. I told a couple lies before. Are y'all sure y'all want me to get up there? Are y'all sure? Because I got a little history. I got a little history that come along with me. Are y'all, yeah, she didn't even say sure. She said, are y'all sure? Y'all sure y'all want me to get up there? Y'all sure? Because I got a little problem. I got a little problem because if stuff don't work out and it look like it ain't going well for me, and I'm gonna tell you, them tears gonna start falling. I'm gonna start crying a little bit, and I'm gonna have to lie if I need to. Okay, I'm gonna have to lie if I need to. Now, Lisa say ain't a killer, but don't push me. So if I feel the need, if I feel like I'm being pushed and I got to lie, then consider it a done deal. It's done, son. Okay, like I feel like she should have had that conversation with them. That would have been the healthy thing to do. You know, give them the opportunity to make a decision. Give them the opportunity to make a decision to say, you know what, we understand that you have the tendency to lie in any given situation. We know that you are going to try to protect yourself, but with all that being said, we still want you to get up here because we have faith in you. Like, give them that opportunity to make that decision, or for them to say, you know what, yeah, we don't know you're a little bit too out there, you're unpredictable, we don't know when you're gonna lie. I mean, you like a ticking time bomb. We gonna pass on your testimony this time. Like, you gotta give people options, but because she is such a major piece in this particular thing, like, you know, yes, Keith said that he didn't see. I'm trying not to say the words because I want to make sure that I can still, do what I need to do with my live. So I say you guys can speak what you want to speak in the chat, but I can't say those things myself. He said that he didn't see any of that. That's why I said he just saw a regular schmegular tape with 3 consenting individuals on there. I don't know. And I also remember there was something I didn't get to touch on yesterday. Sometimes I got to bring out my professional voice with this thing because I'm telling you, she just got me all discombobulated. There was a situation. At one point they were talking about scenes, and she remembered, okay, this was this scene, this was this scene, this was this scene. But in a previous testimony, and as well as something that was said on the documentary, there was a different order. So they're like, okay, so you said, I want to make sure I got this right, that this is going to be this was the first thing that was here, this was the second thing, this was the third thing. But then you came back because you placed this in this order, but you came back and said that you had to fast forward in order to see this part. But you said it opened up. Like, were you lying then or are you lying now? Because we confused. Like, what are you saying here? Now, here's the thing. When things happen several years ago and you're way past, it is quite possible that you got some things misconstrued. That it's very possible. That's why you don't need to get up here trying to say, I know for a fact, I seen the whole thing. I know for a fact that like, you got to be careful with that, especially if you done changed your story a couple times. Because if you have changed your story a couple times, let me tell you something. Lies don't discriminate, right? I'm not talking about the person that's doing the lie. I'm talking about the actual lie itself. Lies don't discriminate, and lies aren't loyal, okay? Lies are not loyal, meaning that they don't care that you chose, that you picked them the last time. They're not obligated to you. They don't owe you anything. So if another lie sound better than the lie that you told the first time, they're going to jump on board with the new lie because they don't owe you anything. They're not loyal to whatever you got going on. That lie going to say, this new lie sound better than this other lie. And then that lie going to say, but wait a minute. Remember, we supposed to stick together. That lie like, nah, bro, I'm going on this team. This lie starting to sound a little bit better than the lie that was put out here before. Lie, look, we cool and all. We cool. We cool, but Lisa just gave us new life with this new one. So we're going to go ahead. We got to go jump on the new lie team. These lies ain't loyal. So you got to remember that when you put something out there, okay? That's why they say a lie don't care who tell it. These lies ain't loyal. Okay? Want people being loyal. These lies ain't loyal. I need y'all to think about that. These lies ain't loyal. And they hop all over the place. They hop all over the place. Whatever bandwagon that lie can hop on, it is hopping. Okay? Consider it hopped. Okay? That joke, whatever you got, like, it's so. Again, you got all of the contradictions. So you got that contradiction. I even want to walk some stuff back because this isn't just about Miss Lisa. There have just been a lot of contradictions this week. There have been a lot of contradictions. And I'm telling y'all, it still like baffles me. I'm sitting up here like, how? You got Jane's mom contradicting what Jane said. You got like I don't want to call him Superfly, but whatever his name was, Supreme. What was his name? Blue Suit. Like you got him. He was a walking. He contradicted his darn self. Like you just got a bunch of contradictions going on, and then you got the mom like basically like trying to testify for the dad who is no longer here. Thankfully, you know, you got those objections that is hearsay because he is no longer here to speak for himself. Please do not come out here trying to testify for him. But the whole thing is a contradiction. And I'm going to say at the end of the day, I don't know exactly what happened with this young lady, but I can tell you that her parents were a major part of her issue in her life before this stuff right here came into play, because there's no way. There is just absolutely, there's no way. There's no way. Because you think about it. If this stuff happened and those parents stepped up like parents supposed to step up, you know what I mean? Y'all know somebody messed with your child and messed with your grandbabies just on and popping. If they would have stepped up, if this stuff was real and they would have stepped up, then that would have cut all this other stuff off. We wouldn't even be having these conversations today. Tell me if y'all agree. If you disagree, let me know. But I feel like we wouldn't even be having these conversations today. There would be no conversation for us to have. Period. Showtime. There we go. Showtime. We would not be having these conversations today. Now, Jane said in the meeting that they had at the hotel room that he actually admitted to doing this. That's what Jane said, that he admitted this to her parents. Susan, even though she said her name is not Susan. Okay, but Susan said that he did not admit it. He just said that, you know, some unscrupulous stuff is going to come out about your child, and I'm so sorry that it's coming out. And that he, you know, followed that up with either you're with us or against us. Those two things conflict themselves, because if he's telling you it's not my fault, you know what I'm saying? They're going to say that this stuff happened. Y'all know what? Now that I'm thinking about that, that makes absolutely no sense at all. Okay? If he's saying some stuff is going to come out, and like I'm saying, there's going to be a tape that like whatever he said, like I got to tell you that a tape coming out, like, and then you getting upset with your, you know what? Susan, you got some splaining to do, girl. Because that I really just had a moment of epiphany. That don't even make sense. That does not make sense. Because if he's just telling you that people are going to come out with lies about your daughter, and he's sorry that she got drugged into this, then why in the world would he come and follow up with a threat saying either you with us or against us? That's not what it was, but that's what it is. You know, that's what I'm hearing. Are you with us or not? Like that, you either with us or you against us. So if somebody comes out with that, if he's apologizing to you about your daughter getting drugged into stuff, and you're saying that he never admitted that he did his stuff to your daughter, then why in the world would they come and threaten you about what would be the purpose of them threatening you? Even though you never actually said what the threat was. I guess that was supposed to be the threat, but then at the same time, you said the man never threatened you. He never came out his mouth. I don't know. But at that particular point, I'm really, that does not make sense. If it makes sense to y'all, let me know. Put it in the chat. But to me, that does not make sense. Because if he did not admit it, if he said, I'm just sorry for your daughter getting drugged into some stuff, I apologize for that, and he's crying and all this stuff, then why in the world would he go back and threaten y'all and say that you basically got to stick with us if nothing, you see what I'm saying? So basically, you made it look like your daughter told a lie. So which one was it? But surely they wouldn't have came out and threatened you. You know what? Susan, I'm gonna need you to go sit beside Lisa. I'm gonna need you to go sit beside Lisa. If it got to that point, this stuff was said, and then you don't even remember if the daughter was there. You remember everybody else in the room, but you don't remember if your daughter was there. Come on, y'all. Right. She did. She said her daughter wasn't there. You remember everybody else in the room. Y'all, that was a critical moment. You got somebody saying, look, some stuff gonna come out about your daughter of this age saying that she did this stuff. You gonna tell me that you remember everybody else that's in that room, but you don't remember that if your daughter was in there, you're not hugging your child, you're not consoling your child because this stuff might become like, come on. Susan. You're not only getting the side eye, you are getting the cross eyes on this one, Susan. Come on, Susan. You know if your daughter was there or if she wasn't there. Then when you're asked, well, did y'all go and confront him about it? Yes, we did. Okay, well, what did you say? When did you do it? Well, I didn't do it. My husband did it. No, you said we. You speaking French. You said we. We confronted him. Well, my husband did. Well, were you there? No, I wasn't there. But my husband said, objection. Again, you trying to testify for your husband. You don't know what your husband said. You don't even know if your husband confronted him. But since you're saying that your husband confronted him, if he did confront him, then why did y'all not call the darn police? I am not understanding this. What? Your husband got so mad, he walked out the room. He stormed out the room. He should have stormed out the room and called the darn police. And you did all this stuff to protect your daughter. We again have another situation of a young individual calling the shots and doing her own parenting. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't overlook this. You have any type of belief that this happened to your child, like some heinous stuff happened to your child. And I want to be clear on something. I don't see where mom felt that her daughter had actually been hurt. It's like, okay, yeah, this stuff happened. Yeah, it happened. He told us it happened. He alluded to it. My husband went and confronted him about it. But I don't see where she felt like her daughter was hurt. where her daughter was injured. It was just a thing that was happening. What's going on, Jeffrey? It's just a thing that was happening, or a thing that had happened. And they were just going to deal with it accordingly. Y'all tell me if y'all feel like I'm looking at this wrong. The people that they have put up thus far, I'm looking at everybody with my head turned to the side. Like, what is going on? What the heck is going on in these streets? Like, what's going on? Because the stuff just, it doesn't make sense. The math is really not mathing. I'm not going to. Yeah, the daddy did look like a punk. The daddy did look like a. I'm like, I don't care how many goons you like bringing in or whatever. Like, nah, this mine right here. This my seed right here. You're not gonna come in here and tell me that you did A, B, and C to my seed and think you just gonna say sorry and cry and everything gonna be cool. Y'all, something, the math just not mathing. And at the end of the day, and it does not make it right. It absolutely does not make this right. But you sitting up here, and I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. You accepted the fact that your daughter was in a relationship with a grown behind man, and you were okay with that, as long as the man took care of the family. Okay, this is that Color Purple type stuff that we talking about. I just watched Color Purple again the other night. This is that Color Purple stuff that we are talking about. Okay, you can have Celia, but Nettie you just can't not have. You can't not have Nettie. But Sheila, you can have Celia. This is what we're seeing, okay? You can have her as long as you are bringing a dowry to the table. You have to make sure that we are getting something out of the deal. So as long as you are bringing a dowry to the table, then everything is good. Understanding that for some people, as long as they have the parents' permission, this is what happens with a lot of people. Parents, and I ain't talking about this situation. You have parents that give their permission for young ladies, and it usually happens with young ladies. That's why I'm saying young ladies. For young ladies to get with older men. It happens in other countries every day. Y'all understand that in other countries, you got 12-year-olds that are getting married off to 40-year-olds. You got 13-year-olds that are getting married off to 40 and 50-year-olds with their parents' blessings. They were actually set up. They had already been groomed for it. And it's legal. And for me, I'm literally looking at this parents almost like, I don't think they groomed her for that initially because they didn't know that they were going to meet this mega star or whatever. But I feel like at the end of the day, it for them, like it is what it is. And they were thankful for the opportunity that had been bestowed upon them. Sir Miguel, what's going on? What is going on? It's very hard for me as a father of teenagers myself to believe that dad not only didn't make some furniture move around, but also continued to work for him for several years. That's what I'm saying, Jeffrey. Like, that's what I'm saying. And that, to that point, that's why I listen to what everybody has to say. Because when people talk about that, they absolutely have a point. They have a point. Like, if you feel like you hear somebody told you like that something happened with the child, and let's be clear on something. If they did have that conversation at that hotel room, which I believe they had a conversation at the hotel room, they had that conversation at the hotel room. For him to even say some stuff is going to come out, to me, you're not going to tell me that there wasn't some, like, you don't see that as some type of admission of guilt. Because why is something like that just going to come out about your daughter and this man? But she said he didn't admit to it. But I'm telling you that some stuff going to come out about me doing some things to your daughter. And, you know, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I don't know what the conversation was. I'm so sorry that these things are going to come out and that y'all are going to be drugged through this stuff, that she's going to be put through this stuff. And y'all sitting up there and dad says, "Oh, I can't believe this," and walks out. Like, you gonna tell me that, and then you got the unmitigated gall to come and tell me either I'm with you or not? I'm sitting up here like, the fact that I didn't put my paws on you, and you got the nerve to come and say either you, like, with you on what? That's what I'm saying. Like, they got to be with you on what? Because mom said he didn't admit to anything. So with you on what? What are they supposed to be with you on? Susan, Lisa, and what's his name? Let me go back up here so I can find his name again. Showtime. I don't need to be sitting on the bench together. Okay, they all need to be benched right over here. And then when I hear that you go and you saying that this person, that he did these things, you're saying that they threatened you, that was a mere cover up. Nobody threatened y'all. Nobody threatened y'all. The only threat that they probably had was that they weren't gonna get their money on time. That's the only threat you had, that you might not get your money on Monday. You probably ain't gonna get it till Friday. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I was speaking on yesterday. You're not going to have me buy into, he wouldn't let me work. The devil is a bald-faced lie, and the truth ain't in him. You came back and you said that you continued dealing with him because you didn't have any other income. He was your source of income. What else does anybody need to hear? He was your source of income. You accepted the fact that your daughter was in a relationship with a grown man, period. Point blank. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. I'm sorry. There's nothing else. And it wasn't about, I mean, all y'all, everybody continued to deal with him after all of this. So what, child, Lord have mercy. Right, Miss January. The dad is not here to speak out for himself. So we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Daddy could have said, "Let's do this" to him, and mom said, No, we got to think about it. We don't know what happened because daddy's not here. But I did find it interesting that you said that he did all this stuff and y'all are still giving him props on the dad's obituary. In the words of K. Michelle, where they do that at? Somebody help me. Help me get some understanding on that. Right, Lady Earth. Thank you for that reminder. Don't forget the dad allegedly said, "I can't help you." As if he was, listen, you can't help it. Let's sit there. Let's just sit there for a minute. You can't help him, but could you at least help your daughter? Because I don't see where you helped her. I mean, y'all were getting money. But she really wasn't even staying with y'all. She was over there. You couldn't help him, but could you have at least helped your darn daughter? Like, I mean, really. You couldn't help him because they said either you're with us or against us. So you say, no, I can't help you. Like, what does that mean? Exactly. What does that mean I can't help you? Because to me, if I say I can't help you, that means I can't help what's about to happen to you. You're going to have to deal with the consequences of your actions. No, I cannot help you. I am not with you. That means I'm about to run to these people and tell them what happened. So is that what Dad actually said, or is that something that was just thrown up in there to try to save face for Dad? Because ultimately, they did help him. They helped him, and they helped themselves. They helped themselves because y'all were allowed. Dad was still able to work, and y'all were able to sit home. Mom was able to sit home and chill. She was able to claim a business. And y'all were just, because when I saw the jobs that Mom had in the past, I'm like, okay, she was out there, making some moves. And now all of a sudden you can't work. Not only that, they were just at his home in 2019. I mean, y'all legit having straight up conversations about, Susan's mom passing and I feel like if this stuff wouldn't have come to a head when it did after this documentary, y'all, please tell me if you disagree with me. Like, I honestly want to know if y'all disagree with me. All jokes aside, I feel like if this stuff would not have come to a head over 3 years ago now, that all of these people would still be dealing with each other. Tell me what y'all think. I think that all of these people would still be dealing with each other. Cool BJ said, I don't believe none of it anymore. I'm not saying Jane didn't have a relationship with him, but I don't believe it was at that age. 14 is a money grab. Jane still was reaching out to him in 2018 or 19. Help themselves to the money. Tigrana said, absolutely. I see one person say absolutely. That I just, because I mean, up until this document, even when the documentary came out, Jane had contact with him and kind of said, I'm praying for you, or keep God, you know what I'm saying, giving some words of encouragement. I seriously believe that if it had not gotten to the point where all this criminal stuff, the legal stuff, came into play, I feel like they would all still be kikiing and cacaing with each other. I really do. I really do. And Tirana, I don't even know if it's about the money stopping at this point when it comes to them. I don't even know if it was about the money stopping or it was the fact that their card got pulled. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, we know that you allowed certain things to happen and that you were taking money for certain things. Okay, now we're going to pull your card. Because you do realize that the mere fact that you took part in this, that we can charge your behind too. I think that it was all about their cards getting pulled. Because I believe that if they needed something, that all they had to do was call them, they could still get it. They still had access to it. We heard this young lady say that even though she stopped dealing with him, he was still paying for her rent in her apartment monthly. They still having communications off and on. Even when Miss Lisa said that she stopped dealing with him, they still had a relationship after she decided that she wasn't gonna, deal with him like that anymore. So to me, as long as Like if people needed something, they still could get it. Like all they had to do was just reach out. And that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that to this day, for the ones that still dealt with him, because you had people that might have went about their business and like that part of their life is over. So for the people that still dealt with him, I feel like to this day, had this stuff not come to this point, they would still be having dealings with him. But because you got called to the front, because your mess got called to the front, because you got to try to save face, because you got your family and all these other people, and don't get it twisted. These people, they got these family members, their family's sitting up there seeing them not working. They bragging because they got these associations with people. And so it's not like folks didn't know. We did like that. I don't even think that was the case. I don't think that was the case. Whew. Lady Sunshine, what's going on? I believe the dad did nothing and continued to work with him because she was of age. Remember, even said the chick was still around. Lady Sunshine, I remember that, and I alluded to that yesterday. I remember her saying that she was still around. Did he admit to sleeping with her but of age? Cool BJ, I haven't heard him himself admit to that because we haven't heard him say anything. According to Jane, he admitted it to her parents, but Jane said he admitted it, but her mom, Susan, came back and said that he didn't. That he didn't admit it. So that's what I'm saying. She made her daughter look like a liar. So even to this day, you cannot tell me that you are trying to protect your daughter because you got on that stand and made your daughter look like she was telling a bald-faced lie. To the extent that you don't even remember your daughter being in the room. So it's like you're saying, she's not telling the truth. She wasn't even there. That's basically what you got on the stand and said. How's she gonna tell y'all what he said? She wasn't even in the room. But daughter saying, look, I was there when this stuff happened. But mama said, no, she wasn't in there. She don't know what happened. Because he didn't say that he did it. He never admitted to anything. What he said was, I'm sorry that, some stuff is going to come out and that it puts a bad light on your daughter and some stuff that possibly happened with me. I cannot get past, I cannot. Cool BJ, I don't know. She may have because I've been getting bits and pieces from different people and listened to the reading of the transcripts and stuff like that. So that could have been a point that I missed. I think it's safe to say that they had a relationship. When that relationship started, that's up for debate. But I think we can safely say that they had a relationship and at some point, like, they were sleeping together. I think that's safe to say. But just all the other stuff, it's like, I don't know, that mom's testimony to me, like, I felt like she really did some damage to her child. And I see, they were trying to come and sparkle, but I'm like, no, you didn't just come and sparkle. You came for your daughter. You came for your own daughter. Whenever you said no, I don't believe she was there. I don't remember her being there. You're not gonna tell me, y'all, I'm sorry. A moment like that, you can remember everybody else being in the room. If you don't remember, if your daughter, who this stuff allegedly happened to, you gonna tell me you don't remember if your daughter was in the room? That's gonna be the first person that you remember because she's sitting beside y'all, sitting across the room, sitting somewhere. You know whether or not your daughter was there. Quit playing. Quit playing with these people. Quit playing. That's what I'm saying. For people that, this is where people would get upset with me on this, but I have to say this. People that are upset about him having a relationship with her, if that age is correct, they have every right to be upset. I'm not taking that away from them. They got every right to be upset. I'm upset. Okay. But when you get up here and you see parents that come and you say, oh well, that's all right, we good. It's like once that parent gives consent, it's like, okay, whatever. And it takes away from the stuff that was happening. And that's why people are like, what you want me to say? That's why people are saying, oh, well, her parents were cool with it. So that, to me, in his mind, like, that's okay. Her parents said, cool, okay. What? Like, you ain't do nothing. What's going on, Princess Di and Lavelle? Like, they took away from it. The sting that something like that usually has, like they took away from that. And that's what's making it, this is just my opinion, that's what's making it difficult for people to see things the same way that that other people might see it. Because it's like, it's hard for you to wrap your mind around the fact that, okay, we're saying, people are saying that this stuff happened. Like, okay, we saying that this stuff happened. But you got parents that are like actively in relationships with this dude. Like they're still, so it's hard for people to sit. You see what I'm saying? If I'm not making sense, y'all let me know. Like, let me know. But that's what I think. I think that's where the problem comes in at. Because ultimately, as a parent, you would be lying, just like Jeffrey said in here before, and even Sir Miguel. If somebody touched your child or you felt like you going all in, F who you are. Like, bump that. I don't care who you supposed to be. That's my darn child. And that was not the reaction. That was not the response. It was like, okay, all right then. So y'all kicking it. Okay, that's cool. So you got a lot of people that are conflicted. It's not that people don't think that stuff like that is appropriate. You got people that are conflicted because, like, okay, what just happened here? And even to this day, you got the mom still sitting up there and you're not supporting your child. To this day, you are not supporting your child. You supported her by showing up. What's going on, Tori? But you are not supporting your child. I know parents that, like, at the end of the day, whatever I got to do when I get on this stand, whatever I got to say to make sure that they get your behind, like I'm getting up there to say it. Like, that's just how some people feel. That was my child. Okay? if they get you for perjury, they get you for perjury. Look, that's my child. Some of these parents gonna come up here and they be like, look, just tell me what you need me to say. I don't even care. Just tell me what you need me to say. Tell me what you need me to say so I can go practice these lines and make sure that I get this stuff right. Just tell me what you need me to say, and it is said. That is the problem. That's one of the problems with the whole situation. And yeah, like I said, y'all know I don't get into that parent talk, but these people did not back their child to this day. And yes, she is a grown 37-year-old woman, but to this day, because you don't want to admit that you went along with this stuff, you're going to sit there and you're still going to leave her out there on her own. Sink or swim. You got it. That just, they asked mom, were you still going to events? Was he inviting you to events? She was like, no, I wasn't going to any events with him. But then they turned around, so he didn't invite you to any parties. You didn't go to any parties at him. Well, yeah, I did. Mom, why are you sitting up here lying? You just said, no, I wasn't there. And then you turn around and when they asked the question in a different way, yeah, you were going. You were still kicking it. This well after the fact. This is like current day. Well, not 3 years, of course, take the 3 years away. But this is like current day. Now we know through court, being a certain age gives you a right to recoup victim funding. Basically, they didn't want the working relationship with him to mix in with the daughter's relationship. Sir Miguel, that is a great way to put it because that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. We're going to overlook whatever because we still need to keep this money coming in. Daddy still need a job. We still got bills to pay. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's why Jane and Susan are saying she was 14 and daddy did. So the parent was okay with what was going on. I am going to jail. You messed with mine. I'm telling y'all know I just have a stepson. I don't have a blood child, but you mess with one of my nieces or nephews, it has, let me hush. You mess with one of my nieces or nephews, and even my god kids, it's on and popping. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. They don't have to tell me that. All I got to do is hear a rumor. Ask my family. Let me hear that you did something to one of mine. We're going to have a conversation. I ain't trying to have no conversation through nobody else. We're going to have a conversation because I want to confront you myself. I want to look you in your face. And I'm going to tell you in your face, look, you might as well come on. Hey, come on, let's go. Because I ain't going to put myself in jeopardy. Come on so you can go talk to these people over here. Come on. This is... The parents' action shows in no way that the daughter was at that time, period. Okay, but Doc LVA just slipped up and said she was 17. Oh, I don't know anything about that. When did that happen? Now, I remember, they questioned her about her saying that she was 18 instead of 17. And I guess for me, the thing that's hurting them right now is that they have Jane there, and Jane said, this is the age that I was. So unless he comes out, because at this point, it's like between him and her. When it comes to that, that's between him and her. So unless he comes out and says, no, she was this age, like that part is always going to be, that's his word against hers at the end of the day. And if there's something like, there's some things have timestamps, the first day across. That's what I'm saying. I thought, now I could be wrong. I thought that where the age came into play is where Lisa said she reported initially that she was 17, that Lisa was 17 when she actually met him, but she was actually 18. So she lied about saying that she was younger than she actually was, which still, but she said that she was 17 instead of 18. For me, she's telling them that on the stand because she does not want to admit that she was an adult herself. Yes, we don't want to say that 18 is an adult. 18 is an adult. You can play with it however you want to play with it, but it's an adult. So I think that on the stand, like to keep herself, again, her protecting herself, she's saying that she told him that she was 17 when she was actually 18. Y'all tell me, because I'm seeing what Tori put was, y'all remember something else where that where the age came into play? Because, and then I remember her saying that Jane was saying, she was happy because her 16th birthday was coming, and that she was telling her that she was getting a PT Cruiser for her 16th birthday. And that's when Lisa basically got upset because she was like, wait a minute, you just turned 16? You just turned 16. So you mean to tell me that whenever I dealt with you, you were this? I think, let's see, but she's not credible because she has mentioned it the first time. And all the moving parts around it discredits her testimony. And this could be true, Lady Earth. This could be true. This could be true. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And that part, that's what I'm saying. Like, she is there. She's the one that helps put all the pieces together. So that's where the jury going to come in. They're going to have to, what do you believe? what don't you believe? And that's what I was saying the other night. Well, like the information overload, they got so much stuff coming at them. These people are not going to know what to believe. At this point, they probably don't know what to believe. Just the mere fact of the mom coming behind the daughter with what she said, and you contradicting what the daughter said. You see what I'm saying? So now, even if the defense didn't cross in a strong way, you did the work for them, because you got people questioning what the daughter said. That's what I'm saying. Like, every one of them is a walking contradiction. So the jury got to decide who you're going to believe and what parts are you going to believe. At this point, what part? Who do you believe? What part? Because like you said, okay, well, they sound like they lie right here. Like, what parts are you going to believe? And ultimately, this stuff is about reasonable doubt. It's so much doubt up in here. Like, the defense didn't, I mean, from what I'm hearing, they're doing a bang up job. But some of these people that are getting on the stand, that are, you see what I'm saying? That are giving all these deals and stuff, they're the ones, they're creating a reasonable doubt. Child, okay, it's funny how all of them said that wasn't a victim, not a screaming victim. Since they heard it's going to restitution, I cannot see the man telling her the girl was to report. She says, I believe she was. And she told too many age differences to confuse the jury. And Lady Sunshine, that could have been, again, these people are trying to save face too. They're trying to save face. But clearly by now we know that just because she said it doesn't mean it's true. It's too much information out there. What's going on, Unique? Jane never said she had it with LPA. And to top it off, the information comes from F&R. As simple as about the car was 2001. She wouldn't have been 16. 2000. I'm gonna have to do the math on that. That's interesting. But like I said yesterday, I don't think that Lisa got upset about the age at that particular time. I think she got upset when she found out that he was purchasing a car for her. Because we know ultimately she did get a car. What's going on, Dom K? I think that Lisa got upset because she found out that that he purchased her car and he hadn't purchased her one. We doing a wrap up of all the buffoonery for the week. Dom, we doing some Saturday morning quarterbacking. Well, it's afternoon now. Quarterbacking on all the stuff that has taken place this week. We're looking at some of the stuff that Jane said. We're looking at the stuff that Susan had to say. We are looking at Showtime. We're looking at Keith. We're looking at all of them. How some things may look like they make sense. My strongest thing is I believe that Susan's testimony hurt her daughter's testimony. And I feel like she was trying to save face at the end of the day. Lisa, you trying to save face at the end of the day. That's what it is, because ultimately you admitted that you slept with her. So if she was underage for him, then she was underage for you as well. Period, point blank. There's no way you can't accept part of it without taking all of it. That's my thing. So if you're saying that this is what it was, then this is what it was. So you're a part of that too. You're a part of that too, if that's what we're going with. And this is what the jury got to struggle with. This is their struggle. She said, Doc, she's not a quarterback, she a linebacker. So she ain't a linebacker, she's a linebacker. That's what you're saying. They're giving the jury so much information and so many contradicting testimonies that they are really making it hard for them. And that's what I'm saying. This is what reasonable doubt is made of. This is what it's made of. So it's like, yeah, these cases are completely different at this point, because this is really what everybody was waiting on, because you're giving him this title. You're saying, yeah, he's a whatever. And this is what this case is about. And now that you're getting, one of the people that people have been waiting on for years, well, wait till she get up and say whatever she has to say. And then you got mama coming behind her like, mama said she won't even dare, so she don't know what he said. And then mom also saying that man didn't admit to that. Okay, you just made your daughter look like a bald-faced lie. Like, I'm still saying all y'all are liars to me. All of y'all are liars to me. Everybody trying to save face. You don't want people to know just how deep in this stuff that you actually were. All of them are lies to me. If people, wait a minute. Okay, I guess she said page. I'm not gonna get back on Drea again because that's a whole other story. All of them are dirty to me. All of them. All of them. And it's just a case now. I gotta make you look more dirtier than I was looking. Start on age minimum 18 to get in his concert and be in his videos. Go back. Sleep with the y'all. Hold on, let me get caught up. Okay. Even when as my pace and her only parents sent her back into school, stop her at that point. So what I gathered is that his attorney is flat out admitting that it was on a tape. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Dom, do explain. Do explain. I didn't hear that. I didn't get to that yet. Because I did notice, people were saying that she never addressed it. I feel like that was a strategy that she wasn't addressing it because ultimately he knows if it was him or if it wasn't. And I just, by her not address, like we're not even getting into that battle about who, like whatever. What we're saying is like these are the situations that were surrounding it. And somebody answer this for me because I want to see something really quick. Because I know we got people with different views in here. Did she ever, during her testimony, during this whole thing, has Jane ever called herself or considered her personally? Have we heard anything where she actually considered herself to be a victim? And I'm gonna wait for y'all answers on that because I want to see, because like I said, I'm listening to readings and I'm getting bits and pieces of stuff, but to me, in a person's mindset, that actually plays. Okay, I see one no. Yes, and the tape. The question is, yes, he's in the tape. Oh, okay. Unique. Okay. Unique says yes, he's in the tape. The question is about basically her age, the age of the person in the tape. Okay. Being that his that is back in my way past. Started with Tiffany in the room trying to live and management about James. Now, Kuba J, I will say that the stuff with Tiffany and Aaliyah, that does not make him look good. That does not make him look good. And if that's something that the jury is reminded of, then that's not a good thing for him whenever they're trying to make a decision. I'm unique. I was saying with Jane, from when the stuff initially came out, from when she actually started speaking herself, and with her being on the stand, has anybody ever heard her say that she considers herself to be a victim? Where you have other people saying, I was a victim of blah, 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 blah. Has anybody heard her, Jane, say that she considers herself to be a victim? Now, I can say where she said that she felt like he became abusive towards her as an adult, them having after all this stuff happened, I recall her saying something like that, but her actually referring to it, feeling that what happened to her coming up, the relationship that they had. Has she ever said that she thought it was wrong? No, she never said she was. Not that I recall. How can she say that in your relationship for years? That's just I'm trying to. Has anybody ever heard her say that she felt like whatever was going on with them was wrong? Did the mom even acknowledge that she thought it was wrong? You're saying that people were threatening you, that they said that you either with them or basically against them, but did she acknowledge that she thought what was going on was wrong? No, she said it was normal. That's and see that's what bothers me. I'm having questions about that. I'm, the relationship, Dom. Like, if you're saying that it happened at this age, did mom, when she was on the stand, from what I gathered, I didn't hear it. Did mom ever say that she felt that the relationship that they had, or that what was alleged, did she ever say anything that would make anybody believe that she thought it was wrong? I think she said she felt it was wrong, but she did it for him. She did it for him, not the daughter, but she did it for him. So that's like her saying that the oh, okay, Lisa. I'm saying for Susan or Susan. Did she ever acknowledge on the stand? And I'm probably gonna have to go back and listen again a couple times. Um, did Susan ever acknowledge that what happened to her daughter, what she claimed they met in that hotel room about, and what transpired after that? Did she ever say that she thought any type of relationship or dealings that her daughter was having with him were wrong? If you want to say that the daughter was in denial, she didn't realize that she had whatever going on. Okay, she's 37 now. Mom is of whatever age. Has anybody said, you know what? It was wrong. Them, out of them, not people on the outside. Was there any acknowledgement that they thought that what was going on at that particular time? You saying you're doing it for your daughter and whatever. Did anybody say that they felt that their relationship was wrong, that it was inappropriate? It's confirmed that it's him, but with an adult. Mm. See, that gives me pause. That really gives me pause. And that's what I'm saying. That's why you have all these people like going back and forth with each other about what was done and what wasn't done, because of the actions of a lot of people. No, not that I have listened to in the transcript. Okay, that's I'm like, did I miss that part? I want to know, did the mother think that it was wrong? Because from what I'm gathering, I still to this day don't feel that she thought there was anything wrong with it. Did the mom think that whatever situation, whatever they had going on, did she feel that it was inappropriate at the time or to this day? I said, I don't think people get crazy to admit. It's confirmed. Angela, hey. I see one person answer my question. I'm trying to get an answer from y'all. I don't think she did either. Okay, Sir Miguel. That's as a therapist. I got certain things that I'm looking at. Is there any what was it wasn't wrong because Jane wasn't paid if indeed it did happen in my opinion. Running with them lies like Flo joke, she got caught. It's all about the money, period, all the way around the board. Definitely, the money is a crucial component in all of this. It's a crucial component since the very beginning. It is a crucial component. Oh, you asked me to repeat the question. I'm trying to figure out at any point did the mom say if there was a relationship at some point they were in a relationship, but mom is saying that when this young lady was of a certain age that they had this conversation with him and some other people in a hotel room, and he kind of alluded to some stuff. She said he never came out and admitted anything, but he's supposed to sent them off for them to be away for a while. Like this stuff has been confirmed that they did go off for a while, like whatever. Has mom ever come out and say that she felt that whatever situation that they had going on was inappropriate? Because I have not heard it, and maybe I missed it. But has she ever come out of her own mouth while she was on that stand and say that what was going on between her daughter and this individual, did she ever say that it was inappropriate? She said she continued to go along with things because of her daughter, but did she say it was inappropriate? But see, you see what I'm saying? Did she say? She said she kind of said he alluded to it. He apologized. He was saying, "I'm sorry, that this happened, that happened." Now she's saying that he did not admit it, but then she also said that they threatened them. Like y'all with us or what? You either with us or against us. So you see what I'm saying? So even though she's saying, well, no, he didn't admit it there, you are saying that he admitted something because he threatened y'all to like, what y'all gonna do? Let us know now. So you see what I'm saying? So it's what's being put out there for the jury. So are you saying? Yes, she said the family needed the money. She did. She absolutely said that. I feel like she said they went on vacation to get away from the media when the accusation arose. It was a daughter, and they all denied it. I got two people that answered. I think she was wrong when the relationship happened. So that's what I'm saying. Regardless of what age she was supposed to be at the time, have we heard this mom say that she felt that whatever relationship they had going on at any particular time, did we hear this mom come out and say that she thought it was inappropriate? All of them sat up there. No, this young lady was 14. Let that happen. They need to be slapped one big drive-by slap. They need more than a slap. They need more than a slap. Between the let let go, keep him in the family, and let the money flow. Come on, plot, scheme regarding the threat now. Now, y'all not getting what I'm saying. Y'all not getting what I'm saying. I'm not slow to it. I'm going somewhere with this. Lady Diva, what's going on? I'm going somewhere with this because for me, there are certain things that I would be looking for. So that's why I asked, did we hear the young lady ever refer to herself or see where she considered herself to be a victim? And at any point, did we see where the mom even thought that she was a victim or thought that the relationship was inappropriate? Because that matters. Because if she didn't feel that it was inappropriate, then there would be a reason for that. So that matters. That matters. Let me touch my pearls. You can stand. The couch yesterday. Said they were grown folks on the team. Yes, he did say that what he saw was not any type of illegal activities, that what he saw was three consenting individuals on there. Why would she come out and say? No to both questions. Okay. No, she did not. Not that I've heard her condone a relationship. Because when you get on that stand and you get in front of the jury, words matter. Words matter. And if you want that jury to believe that some inappropriate stuff happened, because remember what he is being, what's being alleged. You can never forget what he is being accused of doing. So when they get those questions, when they go to the back, when all the testimonies and stuff are out of the way and they go to the back for that jury, our opinions don't matter. What we're saying in this chat, that does not matter. It's based on what these people said on the stand and what the jury got of it and the questions that they are going to have to answer at the end. So based on what Jane said and based on what her mom said and what kind of feel they're giving through their testimony, you got to convince the jury. You're saying that he did this, and he should be labeled this, and he should be labeled that. Okay, if that's the case, and you put the parent, like they were brought at the beginning, they are very important individuals in all this. So everything that they say matters. Everything that they say matters. Don't let nobody fool you. So at any point, if either of them, they are two of the most important people in this whole thing. Without Jane, then this wouldn't even be back into play. Without the mom coming back, like y'all got to understand where this part comes in at. So at the end of the day, does she consider herself to be a victim? And is mom saying that she was a victim? Because if you don't think that she was a victim or that something inappropriate happened to her, then we don't even need to continue with the rest of this. What's the point? You see what I'm saying? You got to look at what you're giving off to the jury. It's not about us. We can sit here and we can read the stuff all day. It's about what information is going forth to the jury. That's what matters. So if they're getting the perception from mom that it was an appropriate relationship, then that's going to guide their beliefs at the end. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. But what we got to say, whatever they are hearing in there, if they don't believe that mom or dad thought that that relationship was inappropriate, then that's going to guide their beliefs at the end of the day. Versus her coming across saying, yeah, you did all these bad things to me and I was a victim of this and I was a victim of that. And mom coming and saying, yes, he did this to my daughter. He did that to my daughter. That guides the jury's decision. Not what we think. Not what we thought we heard, not what kind of conclusions we come to. It's about what they actually say on that stand. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to say. And that's why Miss Lisa didn't want to come back. That's why she tried to call in sick. That's why she tried to get that PTO, because she knows. So if you look at what is actually said on that stand, because again, the jury is going to get a set of questions at the end. Bump what we say, bump what we think. They are going to get a set of questions at the end. And those questions dictate whether or not they say guilty or not guilty on these particular charges, on these particular counts. It doesn't matter what we got going on. Do you feel like this, if this is true, if this is true, if this is true, if this is true, then this is guilty. If this is true and this is true, or this is not true, or this is not true, they basically got like checklists and stuff that they got to go down. So if you believe this to be true, if you believe this to be true, if you believe this to be true, okay, then this person's guilty. If you don't believe this, if you don't believe this, okay, then we got some doubt that comes into play, right? So at the end of the day, what are you projecting from that stand? Because what I'm getting from the reading is that you don't really feel like this person is the monster that everybody is saying that he is. To me, that's what is being projected to the jury. That's a major thing in this case. If you can't come out your mouth yourself and say that you believe that this guy that is supposed to be a perpetrator is an actual monster. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to say the word monster, but this is about what is being projected to the jury. If y'all watching trials and you understand words matter. They looking at what you say and they looking at what you don't say. That's why I say a lie by omission is still a lie. And that's why they ask these people different questions in different ways, because they want to try to get you caught up, and that's how they deal with the mom. Just with the simple question, whenever they ask her, are you still attending events, that he's a part of or that he invited you to? The mom said no. Okay, the jury hears that. The attorneys understand that, so that's why they're going to have to go back and say, you know what? So you said no to that, but let me ask you another question. So are you saying that he never invited you to a party and you didn't attend? Is that what you're saying? You saying that so there are no parties that he invited you to in the last few years that you actually attended? You didn't see him at any parties that you may have been invited to? Any social gatherings? Oh yeah, well I did see him. You don't realize that you just got caught up. You just lied and said that you weren't going to anything, that you didn't have any type of dealings with him. He didn't invite you to anything. You weren't dealing with him like that. But when that same question is asked in a different way, they're doing that for the jury. That's not for us. That's for the jury. The jurors are sitting there taking notes. They taking notes and taking names. That's the thing. Those jurors don't care about us. They listening at what's going on that stand. So just like that dude, what's his name? Showtime, Showstopper, whatever his name is. That was crucial. Because they're listening. This stuff with Lisa, they're listening. Because they got to try to get this man on instruction. So every word that she says matters. Every word that she doesn't say matters. When Keith came in, The stuff that he said that disputed the stuff that every single word matters. And that's why I said that Keith's lawyers advised him very well, because what they did with him before he got on that stand is made sure that they couldn't cut any corners and that there couldn't be room left for any type of misinterpretation. Like, no, we did not have any conversation about somebody saying they were gonna murk you. No, I don't remember that. If they said that, yeah, that was messed up. But you and we didn't have that conversation. Okay, yes, you did send me a tape, but let me tell you what I saw on the tape. No, we're not gonna leave this up to anybody's interpretation. Let me tell you what I saw, because you're not gonna have these people thinking that you sent me some illegal stuff for me to view, and that I sat there watching and held on to it and was making deals. There's a reason. There's a reason. So I'm sitting here and I'm okay. No, you need. I'm telling you. They have the common sense component, but they have questions that have to be answered. They have a guideline that they are going by. Do y'all see what I'm saying? If I'm not making sense, then let me know. But they have a guideline that they are going by. Even if they feel that somebody is guilty, they can't just say, yeah, they're guilty. They got guidelines that they are going by. If they feel that a person is innocent, they can't just say, yeah, he's innocent. They have questions that they have to answer, and this stuff has to match up. And for that reason, that's why at the end, if you guys have watched like some big cases, well, not even big cases, the attorneys have the right at the end to go back and poll the jury. They have every right to go back and poll the jury. And if they can prove that there was any type of bias that came into play or anything, like if the defense can prove that, then they going in on it. Vice versa, if the prosecution feel like they can go in on that. So my thing is, at the end of the day, everything matters. Words matter. Right, Princess Di. Right. They're putting it out there. That's why I'm asking, have y'all heard it? Because this can kind of give you some idea of where things may be going in the future, based on what people are saying and based on what they're not saying. You can take your personal feelings out of it. Take every personal feeling that you have out of it and think about what these people are actually saying. When you hear these transcripts being read, whether they funny or being serious or whatever, like, take your personal feelings out of all of this and think about how this comes across to the jury. Because that even with all that, it only takes one juror to use their common sense when deciding this man's fate. What I'm saying is, I'm not disagreeing with you, Unique, but what is considered common sense to us, because it's not about their common sense at the end of the day. It's about them looking at this checklist of questions. And did they prove this? Yes or no? Check. Did they prove this? It's not about, do you see what I'm saying? It's not about that. Common sense is gonna say, hopefully common sense is say, okay, you got to answer these questions. And even though we may look at it and be like, yeah, they ain't proved such and such, they have to answer a set of questions. They are giving guidance. Hopefully, if people are reading everything, then you'll hear that part where the judge literally sits there and goes through what those questions are. And if it is this, then, and the judge says, you have to answer this. If this is this, you have to answer this. If this is this, and they tell them that they are obligated to answer. Not about them just using their common sense. If this is this, then you have to respond this way. And you're going to see it in the closing arguments as well. The prosecutors are going to address it. The defense is going to address it. And they're going to say, when you go back in that room and you are answering these questions, people just feel like they're going in there just having conversations. No, they have specific questions that they have to answer. So whenever you go back in there, when you hear those closing statements, that is what the closing statement is for. So they tell, yes, you've heard this from this side and you've heard that from that side. But at the end, whenever you go back and you're answering these questions, forget all this stuff that you heard over here. When you are answering these questions at the end of the day, if this is this, if this is that, if this is that, then you have to find the defendant guilty. If this is this, if this is that, and this, then you have to find the defendant innocent. Like it's literally, it's not about what we would just look at as common sense. It's actually about these questions that are put down here. They got a set of charges and certain questions have to be answered a certain way. And if you believe this, then this is what it is. They don't give them any in between. You got a yes or a no. If you believe this, then this is what it is. If you don't believe this, if you don't believe they prove this, then you got to mark this. Like that's, so again, that's what I'm looking at. That's why I take the time and I'm just sitting here and I got to rewind it back because hold on, what did you just say? And I'm taking notes. Got a whole notepad full of notes because I'm saying, hold on. Did you just leave that up for interpretation? Ooh, you just left the door open right there. Like that's what I'm. Let me go back to y'all comments, y'all. And Unique, I'm not trying to. I'm just, when it comes to like that part, like words matter. Words matter. Like they matter. They matter. So the fact that these people getting up here and they playing with this and just acting a fool on the stand, that's what got me questioning whether or not they are really against him or if they are working for him. Or either they just don't understand how the stuff work, and I just don't believe that. Or because they feel like they already got a deal, they don't have anything to worry about, so they can just get up there and say whatever. But they are definitely confusing the jury. And when you confuse that jury, that ends up usually working in the defense's favor. I'm just saying, especially when the people that you putting up there for the prosecution, your people out here running them up, they looking like a bunch of wild banshees. So yeah, you confusing the jury. I know that was not your intention from the beginning, but that is exactly what you doing. But I just feel like LVA never stole anything. Velvet should be copped with it. She should be the one getting charged. I still feel like even if she wouldn't have mailed the tape, if you're saying, if you want people to believe that that person was supposed to be underage, then she should be charged, whether she mailed it or not. If you are saying, if that's what they are going with, if you said she was underage, then she need to be charged. Now, the other stuff she did, now add on to those charges. Because, I mean, extortion carries weight all by itself, too. That's what I'm saying. They're giving the jury a lot of stuff to have to go through because they not only listen to the stuff that allegedly happened with him, they got to try to, wait a minute, did she just say that she did say? Do y'all see what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of mess to have to, like, sift through. Did you just say that you met? Wait. Like, they got a lot of stuff. They got a lot of stuff that they're going to have to go through. And they still got weeks to go. They still have weeks to go. And for this reason, that's what I'm saying. When I see that the prosecution like, no, initially we're not going to take all our time. And now they like, we got to go back and regroup. This is why. This is why. Because they understand, they're in that courtroom and they understand how stuff is coming across to the jury. Not to the public. They don't care about how stuff come across to the public. They concerned about how stuff is coming across to the jury. Because the jury is going to make that decision. Those decisions. Because you're dealing with more than one charge. What do you think about what you have heard so far? I don't want to say anything. These are my thoughts. I feel like everybody is lying. I feel like everybody is trying to save face to some extent, which is what humans do. They try to save face. They don't want to, even though they may not be on trial, they know that this stuff is going to go out to the public. So they're trying to save face. And they know that at any given time, if they don't cooperate or do the stuff that they're supposed to do, that there is a strong possibility that they could end up sitting on trial for something. So they have to tread lightly when it comes to their words, because they know ultimately their words can and will be used against them. So they're trying to make sure that they don't demonize themselves while they are up there and give somebody something that they can use against them later. I think, like I said, like I was going into the stuff with mom and daughter. I think that testimony is huge between the both of them, because that's something that the jury really gonna have to sit there and say, wait, what just happened? And for the defense, I feel like that part works in their favor, because it's gonna be the jury saying, okay, if we're not supposed to go by this tape, if we're gonna base it on her testimony and her mama saying two different things, then what am I supposed to believe? That's called doubt. What am I like? Where do we go with this? And then you got Lisa and this guy coming up, and Lisa going and trying to put her stuff out there. But then you got this guy that's supposed to corroborate what she's saying, and he's sitting up there saying, nah, bruh. You ain't, nope, that is not what happened. Not today. Not today. No ma'am, no Sam, no ham, no turkey, no bologna, none of that. No, that is not what happened. At least not with me. You might have did that with somebody else. You did not do that with me. And he got up there, made sure he said his part in no uncertain terms to that jury. And now you coming, and the person that discredits y'all witness with the obstruction, he's coming out looking like the most credible witness that they have put up there from the beginning. That matters. That matters. So I just LaBelle, reasonable doubt is definitely it comes into play, but we got to remember too that he's not just facing one charge. That's what I'm saying. So each part, everybody that comes up to testify, their testimony is being used to try to prove something in one of these charges. It doesn't necessarily have to be true for this one, but it may look good for this one. Like they got different. So you have to really think about, okay, look at the charges and where might this testimony come into play? Where might it come into play? So far, just the mere fact that they are confusing the jury, I feel like that works in his favor. I really feel like that works in his favor, but you don't know the rest of the people that they are going to have up on the stand. You don't know what they're going to say. And at this point, they don't know what they're going to say. Like I'm pretty sure they're nervous right now. Like what are these people going to say when they get up here? Because I don't think to some extent that they knew how deep some of these people were in this stuff. Because the people ain't going to tell them everything that they did. But you're going against this man, and these folks may not know how deep you were, but this man that was there, he know how deep you were, so he can give his attorneys a little bit more information, and that's how they're able to catch some of these people off guard, and the prosecution don't know that some of this stuff coming because the people never told them how deep they were in it. That's how they're able to catch them off guard. So they're like, what? You didn't tell us that? And a person like Lisa and old Superfly, whoever, like, you didn't ask. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying before. These people, like, if you don't ask me, I ain't telling. If you don't ask, I am not telling. That's up to you. You need to do your research and find out what I had going on. Like, that's kind of like, Lord have mercy. But he was more credible for the defense instead of right, Gospel Glam. That's what I'm saying. From what I'm gathering, he was out of everybody, like he seemed to be like the most credible, period. You know what I'm saying? And for that, and he's going against that one person that they need for that obstruction case. Yo, do you see what I'm saying? Everybody there for a reason. This person just blew one of y'all main people testimony out the water. He's saying that nope, that is not true. He basically discredited everything that she said, when she was supposed to be the one to validate everything that she said. He basically discredited everything that she said. Okay, so now what are we looking at? And my job at this point is really to just get you guys to like look at the whole thing. Just take the personal out of it, and like, because that can really help you gauge what's really going on when you're hearing the readings and stuff like, dang. Yo, okay, that's giving them something else to look at. Okay. And to help you understand why people feel like they got to go back and do some, some new maneuvering. They got to do some more maneuvering, because what you thought it was, that ain't what it is. So now you got to go back. Like, you really got to go back and regroup. And I'm telling you, some of the people that they might have been thinking about before, they're going back and asking these people some questions, because they question whether or not they really need to put them on the stand. Like, Okay. That's fine. Wait a minute. Do you think the parents put their children home? I do. That's why the picture people think was coming up that didn't anyone know about as a problem. Now that you're looking at right, Princess Di. Right. You kept hearing Keith's name coming up, and even though he was going to be coming up there, Keith was supposed to be like the know all end all for them. Like, once Keith comes, Keith gonna verify all this stuff. He's gonna corroborate all this stuff, and that's a done deal. But then Keith come and like, no. So now you got to go back to the drawing board. You got to go back to the drawing board now. Like, okay, what we gonna do now? what we doing now? Because Keith didn't do what we thought he was gonna do. Okay, so now what we have? Now what do we have? So that's when, sorry y'all, my ear itching. You just got a lot of stuff, like people just, and to unique what you were saying, they are, I'm gonna take the common sense word out of it, but I feel like they might have, even without the defense trying to do it at this point, I think that maybe they did plant that seed of reasonable doubt from early on, and it wasn't even something that they had to work hard to do. It was just going back and asking simple questions, or reiterating stuff that was said, or rephrasing questions that were asked before, because they knew a little bit more information than what the other side knew. So they were able to go back in and be like, oh, wait a minute. Nope. No, I ain't let you get off that easy. Hold on. You think we're going to let you skate past? Let me make sure the jury get this right here. Let me make sure, because you ain't telling the whole truth. Hold on. So I'm not disagreeing with you with that. I'm just saying, like, whenever they come in, like, it's not so much using like common sense. It's just about, and I mean, everything got a bit of common sense. You need to use your common sense, but you really got to think about what the people are saying. So when you answer those questions, you going back and you thinking like, hold on, didn't I remember them saying? So I'm not in disagreement with you. I'm not in disagreement. I just the words. So where did the come from? I haven't seen them. Elvira, I haven't seen them, so I can't speak to them. I don't want to get up here and lie to you, child. I hadn't seen any photos. But there's the star witnesses have. Their star witnesses have got blown out of the water. Both other two witnesses was making it go. I feel like, yeah, just from based on what I heard, And this is me listening to everybody, not just people that support him or people like I'm me listening to everybody. I feel like I don't feel like I've heard some people are starting to question some stuff that they weren't questioning before. And when you see that kind of stuff happening, that means that, you know, people are seeing some stuff that they didn't see before. They calling some stuff into question. And ultimately, for the defense, that's what you want to happen. You want people to start questioning stuff because that question is the doubt that everybody's looking for. You want people to start questioning stuff. Um, y'all, I said this quarter. I'm saying quarterback. This quarterback Saturday. This quarterback Saturday. I'm just trying to look at things from all perspectives because I don't want to be the one that's just leaning one way or the other. I really want people to look at the whole thing, the whole thing, and not just look at it from the perspective of the jury. Like if you were a juror, look at it from that perspective and think about how this stuff looks. If you were sitting in that little section over there, how would this? If you were listening to this stuff, you had to make some decisions and you taking notes. Like how does this stuff come across to you at the end of the day? You don't have any kind of support for the person or the people, it's not one, the people that are on trial. You're just there to make a unbiased decision. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to do, but that's kind of how I'm trying to get people to look at it. Because that way, when you look at it that way, then you can see, okay, well, you might have been wrong on that, but I see where you were wrong on that. It's everybody. Keep flip the table. Hold up, keep flip the table over for the prosecution. So now they have no choice because they say they're losing, and all the witnesses that one have not been credible. Right now, if I was a juror and I want and what I have read without the transcript. Okay, Gospel Glenn, that's what I'm saying. You got because I see you listening to different things too to try to get different takes from different people. So far, they running amok. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. And you guys know I like watching cases. Like I'm analyzing everything. I'm analyzing everything, child. And this is different. This is different. And I'm gonna go as far to say I bet these prosecutors have never dealt with something like this with all the witnesses that they have. I don't think they ever dealt with like these crosses coming like this. Like, well, dang, like y'all really got to go back and regroup. Like for real, y'all, child. Y'all gonna have to do something. This right here, child. Those attorneys putting in some work. And I think too, just my own personal opinion, because they have so many attorneys that are in there, because you got these, co-conspirators and stuff that are in here. I think now it's almost to the point where the attorneys may be like in competition. And before, you remember, people were trying to get away from each other. They didn't want to have any associations, but now they're seeing where one can piggyback off the other one, right? So I think now it's like in a competition because, let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. And that particular point, that ends up working in those defendants' favor. So, you got, even though they're not a team, they got like a heck of a team right now. And you got one attorney gets up and they do their cross, and you got these other attorneys sitting here looking like, dang, oh, you did that. Now it's okay. Now let me make, you didn't touch on this, so let me make sure I go back and hit this up when I get up there. So, and then that next person comes and they're like, oh, you did that. Now let me make sure I touch on this when I get up there. So that's kind of like what I'm taking, like what I'm seeing happen. And they are really like piggybacking off each other, and it appears to be working in their favor at this particular time. it appears to be working in their favor. And you still have to think they haven't even made their case yet. They haven't put anybody up there yet. So I think this is already interesting. I think it's going to get even more interesting at this point. So some major pieces coming out as well. Like Susan was going to see him by herself. Hold on. And the way JB put it out there quick. Gospel Glam, she put that thought in my mind too. I'm not gonna lie, because that's something that I never considered. Like, did y'all have a relationship going on? You ever had any type of that's never something I heard put out there. So I'm like, okay, where we going with this? Again, and you got the jury, you don't put something out there for the jury to think about. Like, these women seem not to be able to tell him no. So was it a situation where the mama couldn't tell him no either? You know, they kind of leave stuff hanging for your own interpretation, you know, and when they see that you done lied about this, now you got them questioning, hold on. We got some questions for you. And they're going to be asked, these are the conversations they're going to be having in the back. I would love to be a fly on the wall with like that, because that's where the stuff going to take place at right there, to be a fly on the wall. In the midst of all this, it wasn't meant for be separated. Have been this. Elvira, I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100, not 100. I agree with that 110%. I sure do. There are no angels. I agree. Child. This thing is literally just getting started. It's really just getting started. Even though we've heard all these readings and all this, you know, opinions and stuff like that, it's just getting started. But it's like a lot of stuff has been put out there. So, my God. And that's why she probably tread lightly to throw her under the bus lightly. I promise she threw her under the bus, Gospel. Other people may not see it that way. I feel like she threw her daughter under the bus. I do. I really feel like she threw her daughter under the bus. Are they done cross-examining the real guy, and could they call LVA back on the stand? You talking about the defense? For instance, that I don't know. Excuse me, y'all. That was so rude. I don't even know if they. I don't see any. I don't know if it would do like they could call people to the stand. I don't know if the guy's testimony was complete, because I haven't actually heard the transcript being read on that. I've heard people talking about it, but I actually haven't heard the actual transcript read on it yet. So I don't know if they finished with him or not. If somebody in here knows, y'all let us know, because I don't know if they actually finished with him. As far as Miss Lisa, she done did enough damage. Like, I feel like they got what they needed from her. I feel like they already got what they needed from her. Just by what she said, and then the follow-up from Keith, I feel like they got what they needed from her. Like, but you never know, because there may be something else that come up and they're like, nah, we need to, you know. But I feel like they got what they needed from her. And the judge probably don't even want to fool with her no more. And having to put her up and, you know, pay for her to stay, like whatever. They don't want to fool with her. I don't think they want to fool her. They want her to get gone. They want her to get gone. Like, but again, our princess, that there's so many twists and turns. We don't know what's gonna happen. At this point, you really don't know what. Like, nothing at this point would surprise me, and nothing would surprise me at this point. Nothing. All I know is that the people, other than and shoot, some of them may have lied too, But I just see a bunch of lies. I just see a bunch of lies. And in the lies, there is some truth in the midst of it. Don't get it twisted. There's some truth up in there. But I see people trying to cover their own behind. I definitely see that. I see people trying. And y'all, I'ma document this on this day. Lord, I hope I ain't coming in contact with nothing because the ear and the throat is off the chain right now. Lord. Whew. Okay. I thought someone said the judge said he doesn't want anyone called back. He wants everyone. He may have, Lady Earth. I don't know. Anybody know about that? Lady Earth said she thought that the judge said he doesn't want anyone called back. He wants everyone to get all the questions out the first time. I don't know. That may be true. That may be true. And if so, then that would answer the question that was just asked. As someone who has never seen the infamous tape, myself included, AR, as a juror, I would need to know how can I verify if whatever clips they showed, how can I validate it's a minor, the necklace isn't enough. That's what I'm talking about. As a juror. As a juror, you got some questions, right? Is her getting up there saying that it was her and that she was of a particular age, is that enough for some of them? Or do we have some that are going to be like AR, like, okay, I hear what you're saying, but your mama got me believing that I can't believe everything that you're saying. So how can we validate, how can we confirm that this is what it is? Because, you know, they may be, look, your mama done got us believing that we can't believe everything that you say. I don't know, you know. You think she was hostile? Child, she was hostile. Utah. I'm about to make up some whole words. She was a mess. Lisa was just a mess. Lisa was a mess from the M to the S. But I don't know so much that she was hostile. Let me remember I was telling you guys before, because somebody was like, why do they keep, if they feel like she's lying, why do they keep letting her say stuff? And I was telling you that the judge is not up there to try to keep you, to like save you from hanging yourself. Like, he gonna let you go. You want to talk? Go ahead and talk. I'm gonna let you hang yourself. Go ahead and talk. And I think in this situation that it may have been, hold on, because they had to tell her a couple times, basically speak when you have been spoken to. Like, if we didn't ask you, then don't come up here trying to give us anything extra. Give us what we asked for. And the mere fact that she kept trying to add on, or hold up, well, let me add this, and you had to be corrected not only by the attorney but also by the judge. I felt like the judge left the door open for her to impeach herself, and I feel like she did. That's my thought on that. Like, I felt like people recognized that there were some lies going on, and when an opportunity comes for you to impeach yourself, like basically for them to show that you lied on the stand, that you just impeached yourself, you perjured yourself, and the judge or whoever can see it's going in that direction, which sounds like the judge saw that it was going in that direction. I'm thinking judge just go ahead, sit on back, because he done been doing this for a long time now. So that judge sitting on back, like, you know what? Keep on talking. I ain't saying one word. Keep on. I already told you to hush. I told you to hush. You didn't want to hush, so keep on talking. Because I don't know, but if they did it, but to be sure, if they felt like she was being hostile, then the attorneys would have asked the court to have permission to treat that witness as a hostile witness. So I don't know if it got to that point. But she definitely was a lying witness. If nothing else, she was a lying witness. Child, for me, a fierce passion to learn something about a child is enough for me. And to find out that they were for plenty famous folks versus they were broke. And dad with the child. That's something to think about, Elvira. And that's what I'm saying too. The jury is looking at that. They are looking at that. That's why the mom was trying to, try to keep it cute. She was trying to pretty that up. But the jury they're gonna consider that. It's not enough to say it's me. Did she get therapy? Are there any medical diagnosis? AR, and I don't know if you were in here, but that's why I was asking the question earlier. Has anybody ever heard her refer to herself as a victim, or has it even come across that she felt that she was victimized? It's one thing for her to just get up here and testify to what she said happened, but is she coming across from the people that are there? And that's one of the reasons too why I listen to Hip Hop Inquirer, because he has been in there. So definitely go. Let me just throw that plug in there real quick. I think Dottie has been there. Hip Hop Inquirer has been there. I don't know who else has been there, but those I'm getting information from both of those, as well as listening to people read the transcripts. Make sure that if you are going to support somebody, make sure that you're supporting the people that's actually having to put money into bringing that information to you. That's just a suggestion. I can't tell people what to do. Okay. The fact that Lisa said it was, and said she had that with them. That's a big deal. Again, something else for them to think about, because if she was open with her testimony with everything else and she put all the other information out there, why wouldn't she have put that out there if she admitted to having one of those with his ex-wife? Then why wouldn't she have admitted to having one with Lisa as well? That's something for people to think about. And here's the thing, the same way that we are sitting here having this conversation now, that's how stuff works. People are going to be sitting there like, okay, well, she admitted to this. Why didn't she admit to that? And these are conversations that you want people to have ultimately, because this gets everybody to put everything that they're thinking about out on the table. And these are the conversations that you want people to be having whenever they're having these conversations in the back. You're going to have that person that's fighting. Well, no, because she said blah, 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 blah. And then you want that other person to come, yeah, but wait a minute, but think about this. You want to have those kind of conversations in the back, because that's the only way for you to actually get what would be considered justice, versus everybody feeling the same way about stuff and nobody questioning anything. Like, you want people to wait, like, hold on, well, what about this? And what about that? And like that's what you want to see it, but that's the kind of stuff that you really want to see happen. That's another thing. They pulling out messages and people getting to see those messages, because from what other people are saying, like, he is the devil. He's the devil himself. So why, you know what I'm saying? So Elvira, that would be a point. You see what I'm saying? Because the words matter. The words matter. Let's see. She had 3. Right. I knew who you were talking about. So that's on why, you're going to quote, why would she admit to this and not admit to this? Because surely she knew that individual was going to be there. She knew the role that individual played in a lot of this stuff. So don't you think she would have put that out there? Who knows? Or is she trying to save that individual too? You need logical thinkers who don't go off there. Exactly. Don't go off your emotion. Look at what these people put out here, so that you can really see who you think is lying, who you think may be telling the truth. So you can see, because y'all, I'm telling y'all, even though you may have a person that lies bad, every lie contains some truth. That's how people are able to draw you in. They put enough of the truth in there for you to believe the lie. Every lie contains a bit of truth. You have to determine what percentage of that statement or those statements. You got to determine what portion do you think is the truth versus the lie, and which carries the most weight. But I mean, we can see. I think I would say that it's universal across the board that people actually believe, from what I've been seeing, that people actually believe that Lisa and the mom and even Mr. Superfly, people believe that there are some lies that have been told there. That's what I'm seeing. Like that is the consensus. Now, people may not agree on everything, but I do believe that the consensus that I have been seeing going to different platforms and seeing what people are saying, the comments that are being made, I think that everybody believes that there are some lies that are being told um, on the stand so far. That's what I'm getting. Her, I know. One thing that I would say is there has always been one family member that was there. Most people just didn't know who it was. They didn't know what his relationship was to him. Um, but there has always been one that has always been there. Um, you know, there's always been at least one, and that person is not on social media. So you say that. I mean, not on, not a blogger or anything like that. Did RL say Elliot reached out to her in 2018? I'm trying to remember. Seemed like I do remember hearing that, Lady Earth. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen now. Some of the stuff that you guys are saying, I appreciate it because you really got me thinking. Like I got to go back. I got to go back and listen to this stuff again because I feel like I missed some stuff. Um, Immunity feels alarming to escape accountability. I'm gonna just stop with that part right there because I said the same exact thing. If your sole purpose is looking out for the benefit of the well-being of this individual that you feel went through some situations, then why are you giving all these deals out? More specifically, why are you giving out deals to, if all this stuff that is being alleged is true, why are you giving out deals to people that should also be charged with the abuse part of it? If we are to believe that all of this stuff is true, particularly Lisa. Um, and it would be a problem for me that the parents of all these adults, those should be, not should be, those are charges by themselves. The extortion, that's a charge by itself. So, Lord have mercy, I hope I ain't run up on that Rona again. Jesus. Let me see. I gotta try to taste something to see if I can taste it. Mm-hmm. I think they will hang their hat on the parents. I am really feeling at this point. I'll come back to that later. I'll come back to that later. Allegedly, what's going on? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. And in the jury instruction, it's possible. We don't know what the instructions are going to be, but I am glad that you mentioned those instructions because that's the part. That's what everything plays off, and everything is dependent upon those instructions. So I'm glad you mentioned that. We don't know how they're going to word it, but we'll find out whenever people are reading the transcripts because the judge is going to give them exactly, and that may be a stipulation that he puts in there if he believes that a lot of people lied on the stand. And if that's the case, it's over. It's over. So, ooh, child, when I said this is a mess. This is a mess. LaVelle said, don't you hold back on us. Don't you hold back. Don't you. What I was gonna say is I think at this point, that people should hopefully can come to some sort of an agreement that even though, some of the conversations before it was dealing with the parents in these other situations. But I think at this point that it would be important for people to really look at what some of these parents had going on and why. If you felt like these things were going on, then why didn't you say something? Why didn't you do something? Why did you think it was okay for you to accept any monetary, any kind of monetary gain from someone that you feel is a predator? Like, why didn't you protect your child? Why? With all the people doing documentaries and stuff, and these people not trying to talk because they're not trying to get into any trouble. But this is like something that I think is even like research worthy. Like, what's going on? What's going on with y'all? And like, why don't you know what's going on with your child? Like, all of them. Why don't you know what's going on with your child? It's something that I guess a discussion, a meaningful, not a bashing type of discussion, like a meaningful intellectual conversation needs to be had. Like, what you got going on? Do I think that he could? I believe that he. I don't know which type of victim that we are talking about. I mean, the first thing I would say yes, because based on the stuff that we have learned through the book and through the paperwork that came out in the previous thing with the assessment that was done, he admitted to being a victim. Um, so I would say to that extent, yes, and I don't know if that's the victim that you were talking about. So initially, I'm going to say yes to that. Um, but I couldn't go without saying yes. I feel like he is a victim to the stuff that happened to him when he was younger, and I feel like that's affecting him in his adulthood. Um, I got something. I feel like that's affecting him in his adulthood. Um, but I can't go without saying that I also feel like he made some very poor decisions. Very, 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 very poor. As well as the people that were around him and the people that were associated with him. People that were associated um, with him. Ugh. So that's that's what I would have to say about that. And I would also say I can't leave off here without saying this, y'all. We are looking at all this stuff. If anything was done to this young lady while she was still underage, then he has to be held accountable for that. If it comes out, if it turns out, if he knows, if like whatever it is, like we find out, not based on her understanding, but like this person was actually of age when this stuff was going on, then that's a completely different story. That is a completely different story. But if the person was underage, that's a problem. That's definitely a problem. Because if that's the case, then you can say that you have not, you may have been the victim, but you have also victimized someone. If we find out like we're looking at now, we got a bunch of people lined up. We find out that this person was, we found out that this, like all this stuff was made up and that this person was of age the whole time. You working with a different animal, and a lot of people got some explaining to do. And if that be the case, then I would be pushing for somebody to be prosecuting some other people. And you talking about some lawsuits and whatever out the wazoo. So I want to make sure I give that from both sides. I think we'll find out that she was of age. Someone was around that knows she was of age, and that's a possibility. And that's why we got to stay tuned. We absolutely have to stay tuned. So I'm hoping you guys got something out of this. I'm hoping that you appreciate the fact that you can come on here and put your opinions, and I want to see your opinions. Even if I give you a little pushback on it, I still want to see your opinion so that we can have some real conversations about what we think is actually going on and what we expect to see in the future with all of this. Chat, because this is just a lot. Not 30 years. Thank you, Elvira. Oh, and don't forget that McDavid is supposed to testify. Now, Lady Earth, now that will be one that I will definitely be tuned into. Because we don't know how that one's going to go. Thanks for that reminder. So you guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Like I say, I got to go participate in the birthday shenanigans. I'm gonna have to go and buy me a dirty test to make sure I ain't spreading nothing, because they said that he is Princess Di. They said that he is. That's the last thing I heard. I don't know if it's going to be true. I heard that the defense is going to be calling him, but I don't know for sure. So I'm just sitting here watching that. I'm just a spectator. Like, so when y'all find out, I'm gonna find out too. And that'll be another conversation that we come back having, because he, let's see what he got to say. Let's see what he has to say, and see if we can get down to why he's been, riding this guy in this whole situation for this long. Hey, child. So, yeah. Let me take my stuff on. Like I said, I hope you guys got something out of this. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, this is gonna be my own time. Come on. But we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back once the new information comes out, or I see something else that I feel like is discussion worthy. Then we'll come back and we'll have a discussion. And I do appreciate, again, all of your opinions in the chat. A lot of you have given me information that I didn't know, and then you gave me some other things to think about my darn stuff. So I appreciate your comments and your participation in the chat. As always, thank you, Doc, for your point of view. Thank you, Lavelle. Thank you. And thank y'all for giving me a, small part of your Saturday, Go on now. I need y'all to do a little two-step for me, okay? Like I told y'all, the birthday is tomorrow, so go and do a little two-step for your girl, Thank you, Tirana. You have a good day. Enjoy your life. Now I'm getting ready to and Princess Di, I'm going to mind my business too. I'm going to mind my business too and get out the way. I got to go back and watch Pat live because I missed her live. I didn't realize she was live when I had first came. I didn't know she was live till I actually came on. So I got to go see what she was talking about this morning. So you guys, again, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in. If you have not hit that like button, please hit that like button. Elvira, we're gonna speak positive vibes into that thing. So I'm gonna go along with you on that. But I'm telling you, something ain't right. The last time I felt this, oof, I was out of commission for a while. Happy birthday to your daughter. Okay, she is the bomb. Okay, can we say Virgo Nation all up in here, up in here? Okay. So happy birthday to your daughter. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Um, so again, if you haven't liked the video, like the video. That's all I ask. I am most definitely a Virgo, Lady Earth. Most definitely, yes. It is in my blood. It's in the genes, the DNA, all that good stuff. Yeah, everything they say about the Virgo, I am she. She is I. Okay. I am she and she is I. So yeah, Virgo Nation, Virgo Nation. It's a lot of Virgo bloggers in this state. We in here. We in here. We in here. Happy early birthday to your son, Princess Di. Do a little two-step. I do a little two-step for him too. I do a little two-step. I had to come back and tell y'all about my experience last night, and then the experience, child. Those some whole other stories that I had to come back and tell y'all a little bit later. But yeah, we've been enjoying this stuff so far. So you guys have a good one. I will see you next time. And if you didn't get anything out of this video other than all the stuff that we was talking about, well, let me go back and do this. Lady Earth said, y'all got some slick mouths. You gotta be cute with it though. You know what I'm talking about? Gotta be cute with it. One thing I would want to remind you guys is, as much as you can, try to remain objective. I always try to remain objective and try to look at things from all angles. But sometimes it helps you overlook things. It helps you see the things that you may have overlooked. Second thing, your daughter, I can't even talk, Lady Earth, your daughter and your sister, yeah, they like that. Second thing is, yeah, mind your business. What's going on, James? How you doing? Yeah, mind your business. That's like one of the most important things. Sit down, do your little research, collect your thoughts, and then mind your business at the end of the day. So yeah. All right. You guys have a good one. I will see you next time. Deuces.